Is it? A lot of people were reading into the Belal Muhammad as just talk. It was this, it was that. Leon said, "Man, I fought him before. He's too slow. There's not enough that he can do." I'm sorry, but tonight Belal Muhammad looked like the faster fighter. He looked like someone that was in that range, in and out. He knew the distance better than Leon did. And the wrestling, I mean, his timing on the entry was textbook. And I've been using that takedown. If you go back to watch my Benson Henderson fight, when you hit the high cross to the dump, when you can't get to the body lock and you're having struggles there, go to the high cross to the dump. I'm so surprised. It's been years. It's been what, 2015, 2014 is when I fought Benson, something like that. 2013, 2014, whatever. That takedown is the easiest takedown to get when against the fence. This is the first time I've seen guys like this use it. It surprises me all the time.
Josh, the one thing that amazed me about Belal throughout this entire fight was every time that he decided to change levels and enter, his hands were so fast at getting together, which made it so much easier for him. He didn't take his hands and put them to the back of the legs, the back of the knees, and then start to climb his hands together. Right away, boom, his hands were together. That created the problem for Leon Edwards, and Leon was then in that position. He's all of a sudden getting light, and as soon as he's getting light, he knows he's going up. He's going for the ride. The way that Belal entered off what that change of levels and how fast he clasped his hands together was all the difference in this fight. It made it to where the takedowns came easy. Leon got frustrated. Everything that he was doing, and like you're saying, the speed, I would say, was comparable, which I was surprised by. I actually thought that Leon Edwards was going to be faster, but it was the use of his left hand, the jab that Belal used, and then that little sneaky uppercut that he threw multiple times and connected with. He did a great job. He confused Leon with all of the switching of stances, the back and forth from orthodox to southpaw. It was all beautifully done, and exactly what you're saying, the pressure that he created. He was almost pushing referee Mike Beltran out of the way at the start of every round. Mike Beltran couldn't get his goddamn fat ass out of the way before Belal was already going by. And you go, hey, he knew what he had to do. I need to put pressure on this guy. I can't give him a lot of space. I can't let him free range in the middle of the octagon. I've got to close that space on him and keep that pressure on him. And he did that for every round.
Yeah, the key, like you learn this is in terms of like just one of the first things you learn in elementary school or middle school as a wrestler. It's all about speed of finish. The wrestling doesn't even start until you get into the hips. Belal Muhammad did that tonight. As soon as he got in deep, clasped the hands right below the butt, right in the asshole,
just
right below that asshole, and just scooped and lift. As soon as you hang out there, you're giving the guy the opportunity to switch his hips left and right. You're giving the opportunity to either push the head down or dig the underhooks. It was about the speed of finish. He got in. He didn't sit there and hang out on the legs. He actually clasped the hands, like you said, stepped in, lifted and scooped, and put him away from the fence. Not enough fighters are doing that these days. They're still doing the old school, take him down against the fence, and they think they have an advantage there. They don't. And he's really kind of, we've said this before. We said it when he had him on. He even said it. I'm a way different fighter than I was in our first fight. And he proved that tonight.
Absolutely.
It was look, I'm not going to say that he's the Floyd Mayweather of boxing now, because there was a lot of this stuff going around. He's sparring like Canelo, or he's doing this. Let's slow the roll a little bit, guys. Calm down. But the honest to God truth, he had the style on the feet. He outlanded him by 100 punches, I think, going into the fifth round, as I think was what Anik was saying. I mean, he had the it tonight. You know, when people are so dialed in and so focused, and I saw that a little bit in Leon's eyes walk into the cage. But after the first two rounds, I was like, "Ooh, maybe we're going to see something different." Then he won the third round.
Yeah.
Then he came out hard in the fourth, and then the tides turned again in the fourth. Lost the takedown, got his back taken. It was almost like, okay, I lost 3 rounds already. In fighters' minds, don't let any of them tell you we're keeping tabs.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, okay, I lost the first 2. Okay, I won the third. And then I got my back taken in the fourth. This fight's over unless I get the finish. You're mentally calculating, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? When he had that turn in the fifth round, John, postured up and landed the elbow, just needed to follow up a little bit more, stop smothering the space. But easier said than done. It's never easy. The guy, with Belal, he understood what was at stake. All I gotta do is survive.
Let me ask you
10 more
let me
seconds,
ask you that
20 more
question.
seconds.
How did you have it scored? Because there was 48-47 on two cards, 49-46. I had it at 49-46. You could not give that last round to Leon Edwards. There was too much of what Belal was doing with volume, little strikes, going after the chokes, all the little things that he did, too much time on his back. And it was a beautiful elbow by Leon. But when we talk about damaging, it damaged him as far as it cut, but it did not come close to finishing him in the fight. He was not hurt as far as his brain got rattled. It was a good elbow. I really like it, but not enough to make up for all that happened in that 5th round before it.
Well, John, if you want me to answer that question, how did I have it scored? You're going to have to take my commands class, okay, which is available next weekend.
Okay,
all right? Okay, it's going to cost you about $4,000 though.
I'll be there.
So... Okay, but it's actually like somewhere far, far away. I don't know where it's at. I haven't booked it yet.
I'll find out
when I do get it. Okay, you're gonna have to. I had it 4-1 going into or go
3-1 going.
I didn't think that
3-1.
No, I had it 4-1 by the end of the fight. I had it 4-1.
Same thing. 49-46.
Yeah, I didn't have I didn't give Leon the last round.
Can't.
I thought it was just.
I mean, it was a beautiful elbow, but not enough to take over the round.
Well, yeah, I can't give it was 4 minutes and 20 seconds that he lost, and he won the last 40 seconds of the fight.
Yeah.
I mean,
he landed the best.
He
landed the best shot of the round.
Yes,
but that one shot was not enough as far as it damaged him. It cut the nose, no doubt about it, but it didn't hurt the brain to the point where Belal was in a position where he could have been finished.
Well, let me ask you this: if it was on the feet and there was a strike that cut him open and dropped him, would he have won the round?
Dropped him different because what is it showing that it did?
Yeah, it kind of blacked him out.
It affected his brain. You know,
okay.
That elbow
that
would have done the same thing in the stand-up. He would have accepted it. He would have gotten cut, but I don't think it would have dropped him.
Okay, so we're just going based off because of the cut. I mean, that wouldn't be enough.
No, not in my opinion.
Okay.
But you've got people that are going to look at it completely different. You got two judges that looked at it different because they had that. Having it 48-47, there's no round other than the 3rd round and the 5th round you could even consider giving to Leon Edwards. So they had to give Leon Edwards that 5th round.
Well, John, you've got to think, right? I mean, if you would have had it Michael Bisping's way, he said there's a chance that Leon won the 1st round.
Well, there's also a chance that Belal Muhammad's new name is Rocky Edwards because DC said that as the end of his interview, and I went, oh no. That is not good.
I can't believe he did that.
That is not good at all, man. You look and you go, DC, I love you, but how do you not see the difference in these gentlemen? But
they look exactly alike.
Yeah.
It was just.
You can look, and I can tell you that Ben Cartledge, as I'm looking at it, Ben Cartledge gave Leon Edwards the 5th round, and also, as I look here, hold on one sec, Derek Cleary was the smart man. He gave it to Belal Muhammad. And Clemens Werner gave. Oh, hold on. What he did? Clemens Werner also gave Muhammad the 5th round. So Derek Cleary had a score.
2 judges.
Derek Cleary had a score of 48-47. No, only one judge gave Edwards the 5th round. That is Ben Cartledge. But Derek Cleary gave Edwards the 1st round. I don't know how.
Oof.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
That's not.
I mean, look, I've said it before.
The 2 takedowns and the elevation that he did those 2 takedowns with. Yeah, there was a moment that, Rocky got, a couple of things in, but you got to look, even the striking, I give a little edge to Belal on that, and he had the 2 beautiful takedowns. I thought he won the round.
John, I go into this, I say this all the time. There's almost a mystique sometimes about champions that come in. Like GSP, I always felt like he automatically won the 1st round if it was a close fight. GSP, John Jones, there's just fighters that when they walk in, they've been champion for so long, it was almost like they automatically won the 1st round.
Yeah.
And most people say, oh, well, they get that championship. You got to beat the champion, that kind of thing. It just feels like that 1st round always seems to go to the champion because they look more relaxed out there. They look more composed. They let the fight develop. They know when to to pick their shots. That normally is what happened. But tonight, I didn't get that at all. I got like Belal came out with Like you said, he rushed across the
My
cage
God.
to close the distance.
I could not believe
just-
how fast he started that fight, the pressure that he was putting on, and the pace that both guys were putting on in that first round. You take a look at everything that was going on there, and you're going, this is the first round of 5. Man, they're going after it.
Yeah. I mean, I think what also too, Leon also understands, or not Leon, but Belal also understands that when it got into that 5th round, just keep my hands up. Don't fall into this relaxation like Kamaru Usman did, where like something wild happens. Just keep my hands up. Stick with what I'm doing. Don't change what's going on. Don't make myself a stand-up guy. Land the shots, get in, get the clinch, control the position. That's exactly what he did. He lost position at the last 45 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, had it been another minute or so, he maybe would have lost the fight. Could have maybe got finished. You never know. But what I've said for the longest time, I'm a huge fan of Leon. But Leon also, too, I feel falls victim to some of that. He's an explosive fighter.
Yeah.
And explosive fighters do what, John?
They get tired.
They tend to be explosive in spurts, and they tend to get tired.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's anything you can do to remedy that. You know, they're so fast. They're so quick. Everything they do is so fast twitch, and they tend to get tired as the fight goes on.
Well,
we've seen it from tons of fighters.